I would rather be dead, not in jail. Because I'd rather be dead than to be on medication. No one from the family has taken any responsibility for my hospital visit, but if we were to go online, that's 50% of what people say at least. Or maybe, am I lying?
It doesn't matter.
Am I lying? It do matter! It does matter! It does matter!
What do you want? You just said you don't...
I have to finish the sentence.
It does matter!
It matters to us and you. It doesn't matter what the internet says. It matters what we think. Yay.
So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?
Yes. 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 I'm saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you. And I want my daughter to love you the way you want her to love you.
Family is Providence. Thanks for tuning in. And Kanye West's new documentary, In Whose Name, is in theaters right now. And we've been seeing clips online of the documentary. The documentary's been getting great ratings. I may get around to seeing it. I'm not hard pressed to see it, but maybe I'll wait till it's on streaming services. I don't know. But we have been getting interesting clips coming from the documentary. One clip that recently dropped is an argument that took place between him and Kris Jenner. The argument got really intense. Kanye was blaming Kris and the Kardashian family for his mental health issues, and he was very adamant about the fact that he would rather die than to actually take medication. And the clip ended in Kanye screaming at the top of his voice. I personally have never seen Kanye that angry, at least not in any, I guess not put on display for us at least. And it left Kris Jenner in tears. The clip has been making rounds on the internet, and I think it shows us a lot about that era, that marriage that he had with the Kardashians and his relationship with the Kardashian family. And it gives us a picture into Kanye's mental health. Firstly, I want to say, I really am not comfortable with these intimate moments being on display. I get it. It's a documentary. Kanye probably gave permission to whoever recorded it to put these images together. Kanye likes to have people document his life. But I feel like at some point you got to turn the cameras off, right? Like I personally, when things get that intense, I don't know if I want a camera there recording my most intimate conversations when I might even be off my rocker and yelling and screaming. I mean, I don't know. I don't know when's the last time I yelled like that. But the fact is, if I ever got to that place, I don't know if I want somebody to record it. But I guess in celebrity culture, reality TV culture, people are used to these days having their most intimate moments recorded. But that's neither here nor there. The clip confirms for us that Kanye, at least at some point, hasn't taken his medication. He says very clearly that he would rather die than to take medication. Now, not wanting to take medication is normal for a lot of people. There's a bunch of side effects that come with medication. There's a bunch of stigmas that come with medication. People have their own personal beliefs about medication, and it's, big pharma and doing things the natural herbal way versus, chemicals and all of that. People have all kinds of reasons for why they don't want to take medications. So it isn't weird that Kanye wouldn't want to take his medication. The problem is Kanye West clearly needs it. It's very obvious, even from the clip itself, that he does need medication. And I think that Kanye West, if he's being realistic with his symptoms and his bipolar disorder, he needs to take medication. So someone like Kanye insisting that he don't want to take medication is dangerous. And it's clear from his erratic behavior that I don't know what it is. Maybe he feels like he doesn't need medication. I don't know what the reasoning is, but Kanye is the type of person where he can't be off his meds. We don't need Nazi rants. We don't need saying a bunch of wild, crazy things, dissing Jay-Z and his kids. I'm wondering if that whole thing could have been avoided if Kanye would have stayed on his medication, right? I don't know the ins and outs of Kanye's psyche and what could have saved us from the Kanye that we currently have now. But I'm wishing that he would have stayed on the medication. But my hope and my prayer is that if Kanye ain't taking his medication, he gets back on it and gets the help he needs. Kanye then says to Kris that basically the Kardashian family is responsible for Kanye's declining mental health. At least that's what the internet thinks. Now, I don't know how true that may or may not be. I would imagine that, yes, they probably have contributed to some degree of stress. The divorce, obviously, that's got to be stressful. Drama over kids and who's going to be able to have access to the kids. How legitimate Kim might be in those conversations or that custody battle, I don't really know. I'm not going to judge the domestic situation, but I really can't say that the extent to which we've seen Kanye West fall off mentally and emotionally, that you can somehow blame that on the Kardashians. I think that that's a huge reach. And I think sometimes Kanye does play victim and doesn't want to acknowledge the fact that he's got a lot of other deeper issues that have contributed to his mental and emotional stability. Now, in response to what Kanye says, Kris says, hey, it doesn't really matter, or she's about to say it doesn't matter what the internet says or thinks, but she only gets out half the sentence, say, hey, it doesn't matter. And Kanye, I don't know if he interprets that as him being dismissed or his feelings not being valid, or maybe the Kardashian family's trying to avoid taking responsibility, but somehow he interpreted that in a very, I think, personal way, and he flips out and yells at the top of his lungs that it does matter. And I think at that point, it even kind of brings Kris to tears. I mean, I don't know if she's in tears because she's feeling Kanye's pain, or I don't know if she gets scared to see Kanye yell at that level. But either way, I gotta be honest, it ain't a good look for Kanye. You can't moments earlier be saying, yeah, I don't need medication, and then moments later seemingly be very much so in need of medication by the way in which you react while you're having a simple conversation, yelling and screaming at your mother-in-law at the highest levels while you're having a real human conversation about medication and your mental health and whatever the case may be. You seem very unstable in that moment. And I gotta be honest, I feel like I might owe Kim Kardashian an apology. Very early on when they first got married, I thought, bruh, I don't know why Kanye dating this woman, man. Like, this ain't the woman you should be marrying. She done already had multiple marriages. She's finna leave Kanye. This ain't gonna work. And then they made the relationship last for years. And I thought to myself, like, okay, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. They really do love each other. They're making it work. It is what it is. Then when the divorce situation happened, I was like, man, see, I knew it. I knew Kim was gonna leave. She wasn't gonna be able to ride it out with Ye. Me being a Kanye fan, I was definitely on Kanye's side throughout that whole thing. How could you leave the GOAT? Whatever. Now, we had seen issues with Kanye's mental health all along the way. And now, obviously, seeing what he's become, feel like maybe Kim made the right decisions there. But seeing this clip in particular and seeing him yell at Kris the way that he did, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, man, if you was yelling at Kim like that in the marriage, I obviously, I don't know what went on in their marriage, but you see an instance of Kanye's character in this conversation, and I'm like, if that's what you was putting Kim through, now it makes a lot more sense why she felt like she had to leave and dissolve the marriage. I almost like, man, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I judged Kim a little bit too harshly in this situation, because I feel like Kanye clearly, he got to be way too much to have to deal with. He just did. And we're seeing what Kanye West has become now and the things he's saying now and the way he's operating now. And I know he had a little brief stint where he tried to be a Christian, but I don't know where that went. But at the end of the day, like, it clearly became a lot. Again, I'm not validating everything she may have done or decided to do with the kids. But to be honest with you, Kanye West being what he is and what he does, I don't even know if Kim is wrong for wanting more custody of the kids, because Kanye West looks like he's off his rocker. And I hate to see that, because I never want to see any black man not have his kids. But kids need a nice, safe, stable environment to grow. And I'm not even really thrilled with the way that Kim wants to parent kids either. But hate to say it, Kim's the better parent than Kanye. Just is what it is. So in the end, Kris agrees that her family has caused Kanye mental health issues. She starts to cry. She starts to reaffirm her love for Kanye. It sounds genuine, but I'm wondering, like, did she just say that because she just got yelled at and now she feels like she needs to concede? Does she feel like, yeah, maybe we haven't loved Kanye correctly and we have caused his mental health decline? But at the end of the day, I personally feel like sitting there blaming people for what's happening with you, that's an excuse. Yeah, people can cause trauma and stress, like every family, but ultimately you have to take responsibility for your own mental health and its own degradation. So it was a very insightful clip. I mean, it's years removed now, and they're divorced now, and we're just getting to see what this is and what the picture of their marriage looked like. But again, man, it shows us a side of Kanye that is very uncomfortable. Well, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you disagree with what I'm taking from the clip? Do you agree? Let me know in the comment section below. It's been Providence. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys in the next video.